What's happening, troops? Thanks for being here. Today, we're getting back to some fundamentals with another lesson from our Double Bass Drumming 101 series. And this time, I have a 12-minute double bass workout for you because you'll be amazed what actually happens, what type of progress you can make when you focus on something for longer than, well, 12 seconds. This is a really straight ahead, no nonsense type of workout. We're not pulling out the calculator here to work out some crazy rhythm. We're keeping it straight and simple so we can focus on the technique, the control, the consistency, and just overall command of the kit. I guarantee you, if you commit to this for 5 days, you're gonna experience some really, really cool results. And if you do, can you do me a favor? Like, share, subscribe this. That support really helps this channel grow. It allows me to help creating high value content like this for you. Win-win situation. And finally, make sure to download the free PDF for this workout so you could take it into your practice room, run it down exactly how it's written so you could get maximum benefit from it. Just hit the link below and you'll be good to go. Let's get into the lesson. Okay, let's break down how this workout is structured. We have 4 separate exercises. They all have the exact same bass drum pattern, but we're gonna play each one of those exercises for 1 minute each at 3 separate tempos. What does this mean? We're gonna pick a slow tempo, and that tempo should be slow, right? We don't wanna be pushing it because we want it to be slow enough that we can focus on the technique, making sure we're getting a good equal sound with the right and the left foot, making sure the beater swings are coming back the same, getting that same range of motion. We don't want any imbalance happening here. So we're gonna play all 4 of these exercises for 1 minute each at that slow tempo. After that, we're gonna bump up that tempo to a mid-tempo. Now this should be a tempo that's gonna be a little bit challenging for you, but you can still keep it on the rails. You don't wanna take it too fast at this point because you don't wanna compromise the technique. Once again, we're gonna play these down again. And then finally, for the last 4 minutes, 1 minute each of exercise, then we're gonna play at a fast tempo. Now this tempo should be a challenge. This should be almost like it's almost too fast for you to play because what we're doing here is we're really planting the seed of what this is eventually gonna feel like. We're exposing the fibers of our body of what this tempo feels like so that the body can begin to prepare for that. And we do this a lot in the Deconstructing Double Bass Drumming Inner Circle. We talk about this a lot. This is a really common philosophy where we focus on mid-range tempos, but we use faster tempos to really help qualify and also just develop the quality of those mid-range tempos so that when we get to the faster tempos, we already have the quality baked into it. So that's the approach I want you to take with this workout. Slow, super slow, medium, you know, it's difficult, but you can still keep it on the rails, and then fast where you know, it's a bit more of a challenge. Okay, let's get into these exercises right now. The bass drum pattern you're gonna be playing throughout this entire workout is a 2-bar phrase. We're actually gonna repeat each of those bars, so ultimately it becomes a 4-bar phrase. The first bar, the bass drums are just playing 1 E and a, 3 E and a. That's it. The second half, it's a little bit longer phrase. You're playing 12 notes in a row. You're playing 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, and that's it. Nothing for beat 4, okay? This first exercise, we call it a snare quantizer because we're gonna be playing 16th notes, alternating right, left, with our hands on the snare, and we're gonna play that bass drum pattern underneath it. We do this because generally we feel time better with our hands than with our feet. So we're using our hands to help guide our feet with this, making sure all these subdivisions are nice and even. If we hear some flamming, that means there's some miscommunication happening here and we gotta correct it. So we wanna be aware that the kick and snare drums playing at the same time, no extra flamming there. And if we can do that, that's really gonna help prepare us for the next exercises coming up. All right, let's check out exercise 1, the snare quantizer.
2, 3, 4. 1, 2,
Fantastic. Exercise 2, we're going to take this and turn it into a beat now. Once again, same bass drum pattern, but now we're just playing eighth notes on the hat or the ride, putting a backbeat, 2 and 4 on the snare. That's it. So now the bass drums really have to be solid in terms of subdividing the time on their own. They can't depend on all of the 16th notes on the snare. So I really want you to listen and make sure that there's no swinging going on here. We want E and a 2, none of that nonsense, right? We're playing straight, evenly subdivided 16th notes, solid, strong, powerful. Here we go.
3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3.
Outstanding. Exercise 3, we're doing the same thing, but now we're going halftime. All that means is placing the snare on beat 3, no more 2 and 4, still playing eighth notes on the hi-hat here. This is going to expose one thing about this particular bass drum pattern is that if you notice already, all of the bass drum phrases end on that last 16th note of each beat. They end on the and that's with the left foot. Generally, we like to resolve everything into a downbeat. We like that resolution, but when we kind of leave it suspended like this, ending on the sometimes the time can be a bit compromised. So I just want you to really zone in on that when you're playing this halftime feel, making sure not to rush that left foot. Sometimes there's a tendency to do that, rushing that So just keep it laid back, keep it heavy, keep it solid, keep it confident. You know the drill. Let's check it out. Here we go.
2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4.
Finally, the last pattern of these 4 repeating exercises for this workout is a kind of a displaced backbeat. We're moving the snare a little bit. I remember back in the day, this used to be called or referred to as like a funk rock or rock funk backbeat type of a thing. And all you're doing is just playing the snare on the and of 2 and 4, just kind of shifting that snare from beat 2 to the and of 2. Gives it kind of a cool syncopated type of feel to it. But once again, bass drum pattern is staying the same. And that's really the goal for these type of workouts, is that you want to focus on one thing, but if you just do it the same way with your hands on top of it, it gets a bit redundant and it's harder to stay focused. So this is why we're just slightly changing the hand pattern over the same bass drum pattern so that you can stay engaged, but then also give the feet an opportunity to start dialing in some muscle memory as well. And this whole process is really what is kind of the secret for focus practice, is that we want to find one particular thing, but we want to bring in enough variety that isn't too distracting, but yet still helps us maintain focus and intentionality while we're playing. And once again, this is stuff we do all the time in the inner circle. So let's check out this last exercise for the workout. Funk rock backbeat feel. Here we go.
2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
That is it. Those are the 4 exercises for this 12-minute workout. You're going to play each one of those for 1 minute each at those 3 separate tempos: slow, medium, fast, slow, nice and controlled, dial in the technique, medium, really kind of pushing yourself a little bit to make sure that you can still maintain a nice controlled technique, making sure that right and left foot are equally strong, and then finally that fast tempo, really kind of pushing yourself out of the comfort zone to plant the seed for when you revisit this, you can get a little bit closer to it and the body kind of already knows what it's going to expect. This is the type of philosophy that we talk about all the time in the inner circle. If you're looking for this kind of structured practice to really maximize not only your practice time, but also just how you approach the kit in its entirety, hit the link below, get some more information about what we're doing over here. Love to see you in there. It's going to be fantastic. Until next time, well, first of all, thanks for being here. Always appreciate it. But then until next time, what are we doing? We're staying focused, practicing with purpose. All right, we'll see you soon.